Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered a viewer-submitted Metroidvania level. So in this part, I'll be covering at least 4 or 5 more viewer-submitted levels, starting up with this one, Master of Fire version 2 by Jedox74, with 8 plays and a score of 2. As always, if you want one of your levels to be featured in a future part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check if your level is covered, expand the description. I'll only have access to fire-based weapons in this stage, the Firestorm, the Atomic Fire, the Ferro Shot, and the Flame Blast. Although, I consider the Ferro Shot to be more of a light-based weapon, not a fire-based one. So this first segment focuses on usage of the Firestorm. Pretty easy one. All the enemies are fire-based as well. Now the Atomic Fire segment. Now I need to be careful not to destroy the platforms beneath me. In this case, only use the Atomic Fire. Or do this, that works too. Yikes, so much red on screen at once. I wish it was a bit darkened though. Now onto the Ferro Shot segment. I like how at the start of every new segment, there is a checkpoint. Easiest segment so far, outside this last portion. Now it's harder. Think fast. Now onto the fourth and final segment, the Flame Blast segment. Maybe not the final segment, but it seems to be. In version 1 of this level, the stage ended after the last segment, because the Flame Blast didn't exist at that time. And for some reason the stage is running at a lower speed here. I'm not sure why. I don't see any gyres on screen. Must be a lot of objects at once. It is, all these cracked blocks, that's why. You may want to pick a different object type, because this slowdown will be worse on weaker computers. On to the obligatory oil fire segment, because this is a fire stage after all. What just happened there? That was really strange. Somehow I must have clipped through the carrier there. I forget the actual name of that enemy. Huh, that's strange. Because of how it's positioned, it can't actually set the oil afire. It would have been better if it was placed one block to the left. Nevertheless, that marks the end of the level. I say that this was an improvement over version 1. So time to face Flame Man. What's his weakness? Okay, the atomic fire. I would have thought that his weakness would be the Mega Buster, as all the other special weapons are fire-based. Oh well, it was a decent special weapons-oriented level. I wish there was a fifth and final segment that combined usage of all the 4 fire-based special weapons. That would have been nice to have seen. Second level on the lineup is Wily's Revenge Final Fortress by SonicBioniclemaster, with 15 plays and a score of 1. So, the final level in the mini-series of the Wily's Revenge Fortress levels. We immediately start off with where we last left off of Wily's Revenge 4 or 5. I forget the exact number. We start off with the same special weapons as before. At least that's what I think. I never liked these types of jumps without mobility options. I thought I was gonna die over there due to spikes. And here as well, because of spike hitboxes. Thank you for the checkpoint after that difficult introductory segment. We're out of here. 3 teleporters. They're launchers. Nice way of introducing that gimmick. And that can happen. Damage boosting is faster. Surprise attackers. Whoa. Dropped button inputs and stuttering. And that can happen too. Already this is the hardest level in the series. That works so much better. Oh, a bit of a puzzle now. Some of the teleporters lead to instant death. Which ones, though? That one. Probably the same one as before. Ah, I'm trapped. Because of all these tellies, and there's no way for me to react fast enough, because I don't have a shield. Alright, I'll have to keep the leaf shield equipped, just in case. Or the plant barrier, that works too. Like such. That way I'm not trapped. I'm just damage boosting, rather not face these enemies. Checkpoint placement in this stage is pretty good. Another teleporter maze. Oops, I jumped too far to the right. I overestimated how far the platform would move. Now I have to wait for these to resynchronize, unfortunately. Let's reset it. I wish there was a faster way of doing that. Outside the resynchronization problems, that wasn't too bad. The hardest part of the stage were the first two sections though. I should be using my special weapons more. Lots of bugs and Hammer Joes there. Now onto the blackout segment. Where are the pop-up attackers though? Seems like a perfect place to put them. I tried jumping there. Their absence makes this segment a lot easier. Rush and Rush Coil. I wish I had those earlier. Now we face the final boss of this fortress, Shade Man. Alright, somehow I broke that pattern. Not his weakness either. Maybe it's a plant barrier. No weaknesses then. Well, I never tried the metal blade actually. And I'm dead. At least we start out the fight with a Yoshiki, so we're fully stocked up. Freezes him in place temporarily, so I should use that strategy more. So that was the end of Wily's Revenge Final Fortress, and the entire Wily's Revenge Fortress series. It was okay, decent, and this was definitely the hardest one out of all of them. Nice challenge progression, well, sort of. Following the two sections, the first two ones, it had a nice one, but I'd say that the first two sections were the hardest parts, by far. Especially the conveyor belts. That seems to be somewhat of a common trend for many of the Wily's Revenge series, where the beginning parts of the stage are harder, or as hard as the final parts. Third level on the lineup is Back to Form by Wardonis, with 8 plays and a score -1. So this is going to be another long level by Wardonis, with several segments. The last one was quite neat, so let's see how this one compares. The previous level was a combination of a weapon relay and a shop system. Mostly the former. Once again, I reiterate my earlier suggestion that on the intro crawl, it actually shows how many screens every level has, approximately. I know that some online tools already do so. They estimate the number of quote-unquote zones. This is probably going to be at least 60 to 70 screens long, if not more. Starting off with just a Mega Buster, so we'll be unlocking all the special weapons along the way. A lot of enemies here. This feels like a last stand. Now off to Proto Man. At least he doesn't take double damage here. I always point it out because if Proto Man takes double damage, that's a drastic change to his power level, and it forces you to be a lot more careful with your combat and platforming. Isn't this the exact same segment as before, just with Proto Man? It looks to be. Now off to base. Seems like Base does not have access to double jumping in this level. It is exactly the same. What is this stage going for? A deja vu feel? Giga Boots. I'm gonna go through the stage as Mega Man. I'd rather have a super powerful charge shot. If Base had access to the double jump, I'd consider using him over Mega Man. Two choices. All these are mobility options, so I'll take super jumping as well as the windstorm. Item 1 or item 3. I want more platforming capabilities, so I'll use item 1. It's less unwieldy compared to item 3. I guess those 3 first sections with each of the 3 playable characters is a tutorial for how they work, so you can decide which character you wish to play as. So I need to unlock 4 special weapons along the way. What segment should I do first? Let's do the Firestorm section first. I see. I'll use item 1 here, it's safer. Guess not, I guess we jump down here. I thought we needed to cross the gap using our mobility options. Stuttering. I'd love to have those, but I need the ring boomerang to reach them. Seems like I could bypass that segment if I had access to one of the other special weapons, any of the other ones. The same will probably hold true for the next 3 segments, or mini-stages. And there's our Firestorm and the key. Next, I'll go through the ring boomerang segment. I'm gonna try doing these in order of the weapon blocks. Optional collectible if you have the correct weaponry, or rather utilities. Firestorm, for what reason though? Oh, a shortcut. Not a shortcut, but access to an extra. Otherwise, there's no reason to fight the hot dog there. Be careful not to get crushed or knocked off like there. That works better. Also, be wary of those spikes. I could have also snuck in here, but it's a lot more tricky. 2 down, 2 to go. Next up, dive missile. We're going in a clockwise fashion. Is this a secret? Or something else? If I had access to the Metal Blade, I'll be able to take this secret. If anything, this entire stage is a continuation of the idea of the original series of levels where we had multiple pathways, 4 mini-stages, then a final mini-stage before we end off the stage, though this time combined with a shop system of sorts at the beginning of the level, plus 3 playable characters. Plus the idea of having shortcuts for going through the levels if you completed the other mini-stages has been expanded here because now every one of the mini-stages has multiple special weapons that are good in it. Also, every mini-stage has 2 segments, broken up by a checkpoint. One at the middle and one near the end. Not near at the end, I mean. And there's no way to destroy the gyres here. I don't have slash claw after all. Oh no, better hurry. Too many walking bombs. If you stay here for too long, the entire game will slow down to a crawl. There are just too many gyre spawners on screen at once, and no way for you to destroy them or for them to disappear off screen. I knew there would be a secret here. Is this a secret, or is this the intended route? This is likely the intended route. It is. Only one thing left, the metal blade. Wait a minute. Let me take another look at this. Easy way of circumventing this challenge. There we go. If you have the windstorm, you can easily circumvent this entire level, because there's no spikes on this side. But now I have to do it the normal way. It's still fun to use your special weapons to great effect in these types of Mega Man games. That's why I love using special weapons. Checkpoint, so halfway there. And there's the exit. I just wish I had more special weapon energy. Now I have to do this the proper way. And end up dying because I got knocked back. I should have just used the regular Mega Buster. First death in the stage. At least I think this is the first death. And there we have it, the easiest segment of the bunch, mainly because I skipped past at least 1/3 of it, or 2/5. On to the fourth and final section with all of our 4 special weapons. Also, thank you for putting a weapon respawner in this main room, so it incentivizes you to use our special weapons more. So let it follow us to the right, and open up the gateway to the right. Clever way of opening up the pathway without using a key door. So far, this segment is around the halfway mark in terms of difficulty. The 4 other stages are supposed to be around the same in terms of difficulty and length, but honestly, 2 of them were more difficult than 2 of the other ones. But that's probably more to do with my preferences. Preferences in terms of challenges and enemies. Could this be it? It is. Time to face Napalm Man. He's very easily dispatched of if you use his weakness, but this is a neat boss arena. Now, in terms of Wardonis' design, outside the beginning portion of the level, I enjoyed it. It's a decent level. I like how each of the 4 mini segments have their own unique challenges, and you can unlock shortcuts and other goodies if you have the other special weapons from other pathways. What I didn't like about the stage was the fact that the beginning segment was repeated 3 times. 1 for Mega Man, 1 for Proto Man, and 1 for Bass. I think that was acting like a tutorial to teach players of which character to play as through this level, but it just feels repetitive. It could be done better. Plus, the ending section wasn't that difficult. Easier than 2 of the segments, I'd say. Nevertheless, I say that this is currently my favorite level to part. So decent work, Wardonis. So 4th and final level of the part is Ninja Gaiden Kaizo Race by Gamefuchs YouTube with 25 plays and a score of 1. Due to the difficulty of this stage, I will be mostly silent, giving my final thoughts near the end of the level. I'll also be editing out most of the deaths. This was a challenging level, as I died over 60 times. Although, I expected this to happen as this was a Kaizo level made by Gamefuchs. The hardest parts of the stage were trying to slide onto the falling push block, as well as this fight against Metal Man. In that former section alone, I died over 4 dozen times off screen. Nowhere else in the stage proved to be that troublesome. In fact, if I kept in all the failures, this level would have taken 15 to 20 minutes to complete. So overall, out of the 4 levels I played in this part, my favorite level would definitely be Back to Form by Wardonis. It has its fair share of problems, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. So in the next part, I'll be covering several more Veersmith levels. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!